Hey, peace, world. Thanks for pressing play on another Pay Me No Mind sports and entertainment video. My name is Wood. I wanted to jump into a couple of different things, but I think I'll keep it. I think I'll keep this one topic that seems to be easier for people. It's fight week for Vasiliy Lomachenko and Teofimo Lopez. Saturday night, regular or linear ESPN, and it'll be interesting to see what goes on today and tomorrow, Monday and Tuesday. But definitely once Wednesday gets here, if we start seeing anything from the camps. Does ESPN have anything special? Do they put these things through the car wash on any of the programs? You can't have a bunch of people on site. But how do they draw up or ratchet up, anticipation and awareness? From Wednesday, Thursday, and Friday. Obviously, Thursday press conference, Friday weigh in. Wow, I'm interested to see how people have it going. Anybody wants to leave a comment on how you see it playing out? Who you're picking, how. That's dope. I appreciate it 3,000%. Quickly, I just watched the second installment, the second and final. It was only a 2-part series for the Blood, Sweat, and Tears program that ESPN put together. Pretty decent. Couple of emotional moments in there. Some heartfelt stuff with Loma and his team. So let's dig into that. Team Lopez. A lot of you won't even, this is over your head, but Teofimo Sr., it's a rapper out there that I recently found out about named Ito, E-T-O. And they have the same, Ito has a really unique, sinister voice. And his subject matter is kind of sinister too. So, but his dad really sounds like this dude Ito. If you want to go check Ito out, it's my world. I love hip hop. But I was wondering, like, where did this beef come from? What did this angle that the young man has taken, Teofimo Lopez? What's the genesis of this? Why should I care about it? It means something to him. Why should I and we care about, that you feel like you were wronged by Teofimo? And I'm like, Lomachenko was like, who is this Teofimo? What is everybody talking about this Teofimo? Like, be gone. And now we finally find out on here that Teofimo Sr. doing what I would expect him to do. He said he went up and approached Lomachenko for whatever reason, to talk about his son, you get backstage at these places, you got to get used to being there and seeing these people face to face, and how do you conduct yourself around these people that you've been seeing on TV, so on and so forth. He went over and said whatever. They cut away to Lomachenko, and he's like, the dude was drinking. He was drinking. He had too much to drink. I already know right there that Teofimo Sr. is in the wrong. Anything from there he was in the wrong. So Teofimo Sr. is just like, hey, he disrespected me. It's funny how, like, we listen to some of these guys, man, and they tell you their side of things, and it's not always, their perception is not always reality. The way that they saw things play out is not always the truth. So anyway, it was good to get that detail. So now I know I don't give a damn about what they're talking about. Your dad was acting an ass, and real adults, real people who know how to conduct themselves and aren't out stirring the pot, they're just like, get out of here, whatever, dude. But now the fight is here, and that's probably what Teofimo's squeaky wheel gets oiled, or whatever the hell the saying is, and it's here now. It's in 4 days or 5 days. So another thing for Teofimo Lopez was, this moment. This is another very telling thing for me. Because these people aren't always, we follow the major sports. You follow with LeBron just winning his fourth title, fourth MVP. It's a lot of these guys work with media. Awesome game last night from Russell Wilson, and he said the most professional comments in the world last night when he was talking to Rachel, Michelle, whatever her name is, the sideline reporter. He said the most professional response possible after just doing this amazingly, this one play that only he could make with this amazing Megatron version 2.0 dude in DK Metcalf. And he comes over there and he's like, man, my line did everything and the coach made the great call. That's what some people out here need that. I don't need my people to act like that. But you got to understand, man, you get these fighters and these coaches, they are who they are. There is no media training. There is no professionalism is very subjective. And so anyway, Teofimo's sitting here in his one-on-one or his camera moment. This dude is crying, tears, getting emotional, tears coming down his face. It's been hell working with his dad. But I said this before with Kenny Porter, Angel Garcia. Sometimes I haven't been the biggest fan of him. Man, these dudes are trying to make it, man. These dudes, it's either this or it's nothing. Jerron Ennis's dad, what's his name? Bozy? It's either him or I need somebody else I can try to, that shows some ability and I can, it's this or not, it's make it or bust. Make or break, however you want to look at it. And he's sitting here like, man, I just need my dad to be my dad sometimes. Like, now, should he face any adversity in this particular moment, going up against a fighter as talented as Lomachenko is, as experienced, as confident in what he is as a fighter as he is, the calmness, the solidarity that you see on that side. Could there be a moment in this fight? This is always a concern when you see these father and son teams. Because dad could not know because dad could be in over his head. Dad could be over there, because you've listened to dad's critique of Lomachenko. We gonna take care of this guy. He's saying a lot of stuff, putting very little thought into it. And putting zero consideration into what if contingency plans. What if this doesn't work? What if my son reacts to this? And that's part of this thing, man. You gotta believe, like they say, all gas, no brakes, or whatever that. You gotta believe that until somebody shows you different. We see now with Deontay Wilder. Maybe this fight is off, maybe it's not, I don't know. But something is now different. The energy is now different coming from the Wilder camp. Because of what transpired back in February. So that's the reality. We get out here and joke and say all this stuff and make fun, tear these fighters down. We saw Charles Conwell Wednesday night. Wasn't looking like they were he was winning the fight handily. Otha Jones won, senior. Otha Jones was like, hey, bro, we got to do what we got to do. You get these spots. When you have the main event, you got to perform. Because you want that phone to ring again. You want that good placement again. So, I didn't mean to get off into that for a minute, but he's sitting here like, dad versus coach, everything that I sacrificed, so on and so forth. And this is what led to him being in therapy. But that's one thing that I give him some credit. He's picked up some of the stuff that when he said he was going to therapy when I heard him on the Akin Barak show last year after the fight with Nakatani. And he said, I needed some different tools. I'm paraphrasing, but he said I needed some different tools to be able to live my life and to be happy and to have some joy. And I could tell from this conversation right here that he shared, he said, "Man, I gotta break things off, and I'm experiencing this in my own with my own relationship with some family, and I pick up on that right. I don't have no therapist, but I've read some books, Safe People, and is it Barriers was the other book. So anyway, he said, man, I gotta let my dad be my dad here. I gotta give up on him being more than what and being exactly what I need him to be. I gotta give that up. It ain't gonna happen. He is who he is. Moving on, man. I also dug the scene with Teofimo's family, which I think that's a positive impact. What his family had to say. Now they're all yes men too. Dude saying that, Loma has no chance and Loma's never seen nothing like this. You gotta have those types of people. I mean, it's gotta be that solidarity there. You really don't need that person. You can't come out and say it. You can talk about preparation and encouraging somebody. That morning workout is 4 a.m. If that road work is 5 a.m. Somebody got to be there. Hey, bro, champ, you got to get up. It's 5 or 4:45. But you can't sit there and exactly question. You don't need to do it that way. So the uncle or whoever that was at the head of the table, I thought he was well spoken. I don't agree with him, but I thought he was pretty well spoken. Getting ready to shut this down. Over there on the other side. And then the last thing is at the end of the video, at the end of the show, Pops is still talking about 5 rounds. That's how dismissive he is. And this is ironic that you say he's arrogant and he overlooked you, but now you're overlooking him. And I thought that was dope. I mentioned this last week in the first one where Aegis Clemus said, he said something about something is worse than fear. I don't know if it was arrogance or high-mindedness or whatever, but he said something. He said that's even worse than fear or jealousy. It might have been jealousy. I thought that was an interesting ass statement. That was some cold stuff. He says 5 rounds. Do you really think that Lomachenko can be put away in 5? He might not be the best. He might not have an ironclad chin. But he's a good enough boxer and he's in great shape. I couldn't imagine this being a 5-round fight. Getting ready to shut this down, man. I like how Loma, you can tell is an older guy. His habits, his training camp, they've ironed all of this stuff out. He totally defers to his father. His father is somehow loving enough and nurturing enough. And you could tell by his dad's conduct and the organization of his father, his demeanor and all of that, you can tell that there's not that same friction between father and son over there. And so it's much more harmonious. But at the same time, very professional in terms of being a fighter. So it's a lot of advantages I see over on the Lomachenko side. Another advantage, the weird thing is we ain't seeing no damn sparring, but I know they don't show that. But who comes into the house in Camarillo or wherever they are in California, who is showing up to spar? That's what I want to know. That's behind the scenes, top secret. But Loma, one thing here, I looked at it as a weakness or a concern at some point with him not fighting since last August, and the kid fighting in December, I believe, when he defeated Comey. It's a lot of time for Lomachenko to heal and to rest. And that could be kind of bad for Teofimo. If Loma comes in and is moving like he was 4 fights ago or something, he's just fully reinvigorated or anything, that could be concerning. So that's it, man. I thought it was a pretty good show. I think they, that little monologue at the end by the narrator, the over the top cinematic, stuff with fighters and gladiators and what what this is all about and all. I thought that all of that was well written and well said, and all of the optics and everything sets it up nicely, man. I'm tuning in. I'm sure you should, or you will, and let's have a great fight Saturday. Enjoy the fights. I might do another countdown piece if I come across some other thoughts, but that's my reaction to Blood, Sweat, and Tears. Bite Down Boxing, don't let them count you out. Pay me no mind. Sports and entertainment. You don't have to be great to start, but you have to start to be great. Peace.